is Marika Jang. I am Executive Director of Poe Baltimore and the Awards Administrator for the Saturday Visitor Awards, a new honor presented by Poe Baltimore and the Edgar Allan Poe House and Museum, recognizing a new generation of artists and writers inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. And I am so very pleased to be here this evening with not only nominees, but the winners of one of the winners of the Saturday Visitor Awards, Cheryl Fair, Cheryl Warner, Frank Juris of Dreamchild. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much, and congratulations on this wonderful win. Cheryl, please share with us, how would you describe the piece? Tell us about Alone.
It's it's either a music video or a mini film. We see it as a mini film based on Dreamchild's song, which puts the Poe's Alone to music, and Cheryl Warner and Frank wrote the music, and I directed the film. We've worked together a lot. This is our fourth film together, and we've worked together since about 2011. So we have a really good working relationship. I'm in Baltimore and they're in Boston, so we do a lot of back and forth. And when I first heard it, I got the vision for the mad girl that we call her as the main character in the film, with her doll collection, or Victorian dollhouse, because she's damaged. The lyric is, when I was a child and all that. And so she's expressing her dysfunction, essentially. And I wanted to have the multiple views of the singing because of the beautiful harmonies that she's doing, and also because it's the voices in her head. And so it was about, especially like when she comes in and says, I have a demon in my view, and that kind of thing. So there's the multi-layered voices and faces. And then Cheryl and Frank came up with all the Poe reenactment things, and they have this wonderful team. We all work together and have a great time.
Well, clearly, and beautiful things happen with this. Cheryl Warner, can you tell us more about the collaboration? How did you meet, and how did this team come together?
Absolutely. Well, I do have to say that I've been obsessed since childhood with Poe, deeply obsessed. And really, from childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. He can tell you. So as a consequence, one morning I woke up from a sound sleep, and I had the entire melody of Alone in my head, perfectly scanning to the poem. So I leapt out of bed and ran and told him, and Dreamchild's music of ethereal nightmares and fever dreams fleshed it out. Frank Juris with his magical orchestration. We fleshed it out and made it into a full-fledged song, and then is when the wonderful collaboration started. And Cheryl Fair is just a wonder. She's phenomenal to work with. As she said, we've been working together since 2011. We've done 3 other mini films of our songs, but this one is particularly near and dear to our hearts, being Poe. And I have to comment of the Poe reenactments. One amazing collaborative moment was I wanted to do the Morella, Harry Clark illustration of Morella. I wanted to do an homage to that, with me, of course, as Morella dead. And Cheryl said, wait, you've got the beautiful clawfoot tub in your salle de bain, and we should do it there with you in water. Oh. And it was a revelation. It was amazing because it also introduced the watery element of Malaise Ophelia, and it gave that whole overlay of feel to it as well. And that, I would never have thought of that. That was Cheryl's brilliance. And of course, Frank, you get to be the victim of the pendulum and the hit the pendulum.
Yes, I get so much jobs. So
he does.
Yeah. Rather than be tortured by a pendulum swinging overhead. It was wonderful. There were no rats.
There were no, I wanted
very
rats.
Pleased that I was not in the line.
Voted no on the line. But we did have a specially built functioning pendulum that my amazing colleague Justin Brown built for us. Gigantic, and it worked. And also, we got to walk through the Westminster Hall and burying ground with Mr. Poe, sort of, because we had Rob Villella play Poe, and Cheryl filmed us separately, walking through, and it's all a piece. It works perfectly.
Oh, such an incredible thing. I like how it's the phrasing that's I got to be tortured by the pendulum. I got to be the dead girl. Such a wonderful. We're such great Poe people that this is definitely true. Well, I have found that, of course, any love of Poe is just a deeply personal thing, and Poe really just stays with us. Can you tell us about the other pieces that you've done? You mentioned 2 other mini films.
We actually have 3. I'll list them and I'll let Cheryl say something. How's that? So we have L'Heure Verte, which is our absinthe-themed one, very ethereal and dreamy. We have we have Femme Fatale, which has femme fatales throughout history. You know, we have all kinds of interesting dramatic scenes in that. And then Catherine's Haunts is our version of the Wuthering Heights story, wherein I get to play Kathy's ghost tormenting Heathcliff in the mini film. Cheryl.
Well, Catherine's Haunts is where I first saw the dollhouse and the doll collection that we used in Alone.
I had Kathy's hand breaking through the window. Yes, right.
It was great. We always have a lot of fun. Sometimes the hard part is not laughing. Well, and sometimes I laugh, and it's a kind of a game so that Cheryl's not laughing, but I'm laughing. But it's, we all love Poe, and so this one was especially fun. And the reenactment of the pendulum scene was amazing. We were the whole crew had to try it. After we shot the scene, everybody had to lay under the pendulum.
How do you explain that to OSHA?
I have to say, folks, it wasn't actually sharp, so she's not in any real danger.
It was wood painted to look like metal.
Yeah, exactly.
We've done some pretty interesting things. In Catherine's Haunts, for example, Cheryl was on a platform with wheels. It was like a big skateboard, and we were pulling her across the bridge over there by Harvard, up in Boston. We've done all kinds of funny things. And
that was our we did the Jean Cocteau homage with that, where I was clothing. Poor Frank had to be behind me pushing. Long-suffering Frank.
I get all the fun jobs.
Indeed. Well, you mentioned such great fun Poe places. Obviously, you did some filming in Baltimore, and in Boston. Poe was born there, and there's a wonderful statue close to Boston Common. Do you have any other Poe places on your list? You've got quite a few you could choose from. You've got the cottage in New York. You have the house in Philadelphia, Richmond. Are you interested at all in Poe? And it just takes you.
I grew up in Baltimore, so I always thought of him as ours in Baltimore.
He is. We have the body. We have.
Yeah. So exactly, that counts. And it was really fun to go shoot the statue in Boston as well. But it would be great to go to Richmond and Philadelphia.
Absolutely, but we are Frog Pondians. I'm afraid we have to confess. Though we might deny it, we're Frog Pondians. Sorry, Mr. Poe.
Well, please accept this as your official invitation to come and film at Poe House at some time here in Baltimore. We would love to have you. We were so thrilled to have you, and congratulations on this wonderful win for the Saturday Visitor Awards.
Thank you.
Here it is recorded. We welcome you to Baltimore.
Honored.
Oh, we've got just a little bit of time left. Tell us where to find you, where to look forward to any future projects that you've got coming up.
We are Dreamchild, and you can find us at dreamchildmusic.com. All of the mini films with Cheryl Fair are right on the front page of the website, so you will see them immediately if you go to visit. You can also find us on Facebook at Facebook/DreamchildMusic.
Bandcamp.
And on Bandcamp. And yes, we are in the midst of recording a number of other songs right now, but you've freshly inspired us to do another Poe thing.
We could go to the Poe House. I'm at CherylFair.com, CherylFair.com.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you again. Congratulations again. Do expect a package in the mail soon, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Enrica.
Of course. am. How's it going, everybody? Well, that was a pre-recorded segment, and now on to the live portion of our evening. My name is Enrica Jang. I'm the Executive Director of Poe Baltimore, the Edgar Allan Poe House and Museum, Baltimore, Maryland, and I am also the Awards Administrator for the Saturday Visitor Awards, a new honor recognizing artists and writers inspired by Poe, works inspired by Poe, and we have been so very fortunate to see some of the most incredible works from all over the world. And these segments over the next few weeks up until January 19th, I don't want to move too fast, January 19th, when we open the call for entries for the 2021 awards every Monday at 8 p.m. We're going to be airing a new interview with one of either our nominees from the awards or, as you saw, one of the winners from the 2020 Saturday Visitor Awards. And tonight, we'll be sort of going over a couple of frequently asked questions and sharing with people what it means to be eligible for the awards. If you are a creator anywhere in the world inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, you have created works either adapting Poe or inspired by Poe, we do hope that you will send something in for the Saturday Visitor Awards. So I'm going to share a very brief video talking about who can enter the awards, what the awards are all about, and then I'll be coming back in to give you guys just a couple of frequently asked questions and some tips, and then I'll be taking your questions. So as you see online here, if you have any questions, now is the time to send them. We'll be up for as long as we see questions online, and then we'll be back next Monday as well at 8 o'clock if you think of anything. So let me find this movie. All right, well, one quick correction. We're showing this video, showing that video, and then this is a recorded session that's going to be on YouTube, but the call for entries for the 2021 awards doesn't open until January 19th, 2021. I'm going to take a brief second to say thank you to Kyle, who's joining me tonight. Kyle Northrup, he was one of the producers for our International Edgar Allan Poe Festival and Awards online this past October. He's with me tonight, kind of a security blanket in case I run into some technical difficulties, and so Kyle might be jumping in to save me every once in a while tonight. But all right, so as I wait for some questions to come in, we see some other questions popping in. I'm going to share with you a couple of slides just to sort of give you guys a brief overview of what the Saturday Visitor Awards are. Again, quick, frequently asked questions and tips. We'll get those out of the way. And then if you have some more involved questions, please visit the website, or you can ask me some questions tonight. I assume we're going to get some general stuff tonight, but then we're going to be here every Monday until January 19th at 8 p.m. each Monday to do a live Q&A with folks as we have questions. So what are the Saturday Visitor Awards? Again, a new honor presented by Poe Baltimore and the Edgar Allan Poe House and Museum in Baltimore to recognize a new generation of artists and writers inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. The awards are given in two categories. The first is adaptations of Poe's life or works. We gave some examples in the video. Portraiture, biography, especially the narrative portion of biography of Poe, any film or dramatic adaptation, direct adaptation of Poe's works, any artistic works can be entered in this category. Please note that these are intended to recognize artistic works rather than academic criticism. So these are more creative interpretations, adaptations of Edgar Edgar Allan Poe's works. The second category, original works inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. We see a lot of works these days with Poe as the character, or people from Poe's life as characters in novels, in plays, sequels, prequels, or any basis for an original story with a direct line from Edgar Allan Poe to that piece and poetry. I did have someone get a little surly with me saying we don't want to just say writers, we also want to welcome poets. But any work that fits in one of these two categories are eligible to be entered. The more in-depth eligibility guidelines can be found on our website, SaturdayVisitorAwards.org. You can download the guidelines, or you can read them online, but just sort of a quick topography of eligibility. Any medium, art, performance, and or writing that adapts or is inspired by Poe's life or works. There is no restriction in medium, no restriction in genre. The one thing that people get a little bit squirrely about is eligibility is over a period of 3 years. So work must be released, printed, distributed, or first performed between January 1st, 2018 and December 31st, 2020. So any work created in the last 3 years, now writers, please take note, self-published work is acceptable, but it must have been published during this time. Even posted online is appropriate, or posted to YouTube, that is okay too, but we must see a timestamp within the period of the last 3 years to be eligible. So if you create something January 2nd, 2021, you're going to have to wait until the following year to enter. So it gives you guys the rest of this month to get some of that work out here. But any work that's been created at any time in the last 3 years, January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2020, is eligible for next year's awards. Reprinted or re-released materials are discouraged unless the piece has been changed, edited in some material way. Now you can submit that piece, and then it will be the judges who will decide whether or not that is enough. So if there's any question, you definitely want to get in contact with us, kind of give us a brief outline via email if there's any question about that before you submit, but then it'll ultimately be up to the judges if the piece has been published or distributed before this time period. But if it is edited and recreated in that time in some distinctly material different way, then it may be eligible, but it's up to the judges at that point. Now, any works that have been nominated in the past, we've only been doing the awards now for the last 2 years, so but anybody who's been nominated previously may submit their work again, or if you've submitted in the past, you may submit your work again. We will have a fresh slate of judges for 2021, so you never know. But any work may be nominated more than once. However, any work that has won previously cannot be submitted again. But these are the sort of basic eligibility requirements. But again, you can visit the SaturdayVisitorAwards.org to download those guidelines and see more in-depth information. Then, of course, you can contact us on the website. So, SaturdayVisitorAwards.org. Again, download those guidelines. We do have a page of frequently asked questions. If I start to see some more questions that are coming up more frequently, I will update that page. And so that's why we're doing these live Q&A. I do want to be able to be present here and answer questions for you. Please send your questions to contact@poefestinternational.org. You can send via the portal on the website, or you can send via email, but we do ask, please do not send your requests via social media. Please don't send your questions via, especially about your particular entries via any social media like Facebook or Twitter, or tag us in a post or anything like that, because we won't answer. Different staff is in charge of those different components. So if you want to get your questions answered, please go directly to email, and that is the best way to contact anybody in the organization. Some dates to remember. A call for entries for the 2021 awards will open January 19th. Happy birthday, Edgar Allan Poe. The deadline to enter is May 30th, and the form will close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. I should have put that here on the slide. May 30th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, but opens January 19th. Usually nominees are announced by July 30th, and then the awards will be determined and presented at the International Edgar Allan Poe Festival and Awards in Baltimore in October. So these are the dates to remember. All right, so again, we hope that you will connect with us and definitely make sure you follow us on social media. I want to come back each week if you have any other questions, but let's see if we have any questions here. I do see some congratulations to our winners from last year, Cheryl and Dreamchild. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining. And if anybody has questions tonight about the awards, about who is eligible, how you can enter, what to do, we'll be here for just a little bit. I see some of our, I see one of our winners in the comments here, William Doyle. We'll have an interview with William in just a few weeks, streaming his interview online. And if anybody is interested in seeing the ceremony from the Saturday Visitor Awards from Poe Fest International, you can visit our YouTube site and see an edited version of our live ceremony from that night and see all of the winners from that evening. Any questions? Not seeing anything so far. All right, well, it might be a short one while everybody formulates their questions. We'll stay on for just a little bit. I'll show this comment here. I see Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing tonight? Thanks again for this prestigious award. Thank you for entering the wonderful video. Dreamchild is honored to share this 2020 Saturday Visitor Adaptation Award with our collaborator, the brilliant Cheryl Fair, and say hello to her when you talk to her for us. All right. Well, I am not seeing any questions coming in. We will post the website here one more time so that everybody can write that down, visit if they need to. SaturdayVisitorAwards.org. And again, you can download our entry guidelines. You can download the PDF. They have been updated to reflect 2021. You can read them on our website. Again, we have a frequently asked questions page. So if I see some questions come in over the next few weeks, I will continue to update that as well. But that should sort of get all the highlights. Again, please contact us at, send an email to us at contact@poefestinternational.org if you have any questions. And again, please, any questions about specific entries, please send those questions via the website. That is the best way to get a hold of us. And just for fun, I'm going to put up the dates to remember again. We'll go over those one more time. Again, 2021 entry call for entries will open January 19th. That is Poe's birthday, 212th, I believe. Have to check my math on that, but 212th birthday. I'm really excited to be joining the Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. They're doing their birthday celebration online, so we'll be hopefully doing a collaboration with them in January. The deadline to enter the awards once the call for entries opened is May 30th. And again, we'll be announcing the winners of the awards at the festival next year, October 2nd. Now, the form or fashion that the festival will take, still up in the air. Kyle's online. I see him nodding in the background here. We're nodding ruefully. We don't really know what the next year is going to bring, but we will see. We'll see what happens, but hopefully we'll be able to be in person once again. All right. Well, I don't see any questions coming in, so think about it. And if you have any questions, do please send them our way. And then please join us again next Monday. It's an opportunity to join us live for any questions. We'll be back here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Twitter. On Twitch. I think we're still streaming up to Twitch if anybody wants to send any questions that way, but please connect with us at Poe Baltimore here and see us again next week with another interview from one of our 2020 Saturday Visitor Awards winners. All right, thank you everybody. Have a great night.